Sugar. You add it without thinking into your tea, your coffee, your favorite desserts. A small spoon and everything tastes better, sweeter, softer, comforting. It feels harmless, almost necessary. But what if I told you the simple ingredient once built empires, controlled economies, and cost millions of lives? What if something so sweet was never really innocent? Welcome to Histify, where we uncover the hidden stories behind everyday things because sometimes the things you use the most have the darkest past. If you enjoy this kind of storytelling, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Histify, and drop a comment below. Your support truly helps this channel grow. And now, let's uncover the story of sugar, the sweetness that changed the world. A spoon of sugar falls into your tea. You stir it slowly, watch it dissolve until it disappears completely. No trace, no resistance, just sweetness. You take a sip and it feels right. Comforting, familiar, normal. The same ritual repeats in your coffee, in your desserts, in your everyday life. Sugar feels harmless, almost innocent. But something so sweet has a history that isn't. Long before sugar became ordinary, it was rare. Its story begins in India and Southeast Asia, where sugarcane first grew naturally. Extracting sugar wasn't simple. It required crushing, boiling, refining, a slow, labor intensive process. So production was limited, and anything limited becomes valuable. Sugar wasn't used casually, it was reserved for medicine, for rituals, for elites. Ancient texts describe sugar as something that could heal, restore energy, improve strength. As trade routes expanded, Arab traders carried sugar westward, into Persia, then into Europe. But even then, it remained out of reach for most. In medieval Europe, sugar was so expensive, it was treated like a luxury spice. Only the wealthy could afford it. Royal banquets displayed sugar sculptures not just to eat, but to show power. Because at that time, serving sugar meant you had access to something others didn't. Sugar wasn't just sweetness, it was status, it was control, but then demand began to grow. And once that happened, there was no turning back. Europe didn't just adopt sugar, it became dependent on it. At first, it was used carefully in small amounts, but then it entered daily habits. Tea became popular, coffee spread across cities, chocolate arrived from the Americas, and all of them tasted better with sugar. Slowly, sugar stopped being luxury and started becoming necessity. Demand exploded faster than anyone expected. But Europe had a problem. It couldn't produce sugar at scale. The climate wasn't suitable. Production was too limited, too slow, too expensive, so a decision was made. If sugar couldn't grow in Europe, it would be grown elsewhere on a massive scale at any cost, and that decision changed human history. The Caribbean islands became the center of sugar production. Warm climate, fertile land, perfect for sugarcane. Plantations were built large, organized, efficient, designed for one purpose maximum output, maximum profit. But sugar came with a problem. It demanded intense labor. Cutting cane under extreme heat, processing it quickly before it spoiled, working long, exhausting hours, few would choose this life. So instead, millions were forced into it. The transatlantic slave trade began to expand. Africans were captured, taken from their homes, forced onto ships. The journey across the Atlantic was brutal. Crowded conditions, limited food, no freedom. Many didn't survive. Those who did were sold. Transported to plantations and forced into labor day after day under the sun, under control, under constant pressure, no choice, no escape. Sugar didn't just create wealth, it created suffering. Behind every spoon of sweetness, there was labor, pain, human cost. This wasn't random. It was a system carefully structured, efficient, profitable. Europe sent manufactured goods to Africa. In exchange, enslaved people were taken. They were transported across the Atlantic to the Americas. There, they worked on plantations, producing sugar. That sugar was then shipped back to Europe, sold at high prices, generating massive profits, and the cycle continued again and again. This became known as the triangular trade, a closed loop of goods, people, and profit. Sugar wasn't just a product anymore, it became an engine, driving global trade, connecting continents, building economies, at a cost that remained hidden. The profits from sugar were enormous. It became one of the most valuable commodities in the world. Empires grew stronger because of it. The British Empire, in particular, benefited massively. Plantations expanded, trade networks strengthened, ports, banks, and industries developed around sugar. This was more than agriculture, this was early capitalism. Investment, production, labor, profit. All connected, all driven by demand. Sweetness fueled wealth, and wealth fueled power. But sugar's influence didn't stop at economics. It reached inside the human brain. When you consume sugar, your brain releases dopamine, a chemical linked to pleasure, reward, satisfaction. It makes you feel good, but only for a moment. And your brain remembers that feeling. So it wants it again. This creates a loop: consumption, reward, craving, repeat. Over time, this response becomes stronger, more automatic. Your brain doesn't just enjoy sugar, it starts expecting it, depending on it, and that's where things begin to change. Today, sugar is no longer rare. It's everywhere in soft drinks, packet snacks, sauces, processed foods, often hidden, often unnoticed. You may not even realize how much you consume, but your body does. Excess sugar intake is linked to obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease. What was once limited is now constant. What was once valuable is now excessive, and the impact is global. Sugar today is more than an ingredient. It's a strategy. It enhances taste, extends shelf life, makes products more appealing and more addictive. For companies, this matters because better taste means more consumption. More consumption means more profit. The global sugar industry is worth billions, and it continues to grow because sugar isn't just food anymore, it's a business model. Look at your daily life. Sugar is everywhere, in places you expect and places you don't. Breakfast cereals, energy drinks, even healthy products. It's built into systems, supply chains, consumption patterns. You're not just choosing sugar, you're surrounded by it, constantly, quietly. Sugar hasn't changed. It's still the same substance, the same sweetness, but its role has evolved from luxury to global trade driver to symbol of exploitation. To everyday habit in the past, it cost human lives through labor, through suffering, through systems built on control. Today, it costs something different: health, balance, awareness. What once built empires now quietly shapes your life. So the next time you taste something sweet, ask yourself, is it just sugar or something more? So the next time you add sugar to your tea, your coffee, your everyday life, pause just for a second. Because that small moment of sweetness carries a story of power, of trade, of human cost, and now of quiet dependence. Strange how something so simple can mean so much. If this video made you see sugar differently, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Hustofy, and share it with someone who uses sugar every day. And drop a comment below. Do you think sugar is just food or something more? Your support may seem small, but it truly helps this channel grow and bring more stories like this to life. I'll see you in the next story.